If there was a world where football wasn't your sport, was there another sport that you could have played or maybe been good at?
No. I was good when I was young. I was the youngest of four, so the youngest kid. You grow up playing baseball, basketball, football, and run track. But no, I mean, I was I was JV on all the other sports too. So maybe a little hard work would have gotten me there, but not how it ended.
Football has obviously worked out pretty well for you. Throughout your journey, every level you've kind of had these new challenges. In high school, it was the B team when you started out at Westlake, walk on at Texas. Now, the Dolphins want you because they drafted you, but do you carry that same prove it mentality?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think for me, like, there's nothing given. Everything is earned, and that's been my life ever since I can remember. And so if I lose that, then the NFL, they don't care about, hometown story. They don't care about, how much heart you care. They just care about winning or losing. They care about production. So um, at the end of the day, I got to produce. I got to have that chip on the shoulder. So I'm definitely going to carry it with a lot of pride and know that a lot of people are supporting me, and I just go out there and give it everything that I can, and know that the results will take care of themselves.
Along those lines, I think you're probably your harshest critic through all of your, time on the field. Were there things throughout the draft process, your own self-evaluation that you said, hey, I've got to get better to make it in the league?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was just all mental. You can get down on yourself for missing a play. I think you can get down on yourself for not making this play or not making that play, or missing the play that you wanted to make all your life, or you saw this every single day in the week, and then it's there and you miss it, and maybe nobody else sees it but you see it. And so a lot of mental stuff, like just rinsing that out and going to move on to the next play, was a lot that I thought about in the draft process, but also just little things that I worked on, that I finally had 3 months to really just focus on Michael Taaffe instead of focusing on how to win a national championship and how to be a leader for the Texas Longhorns, and how to beat somebody out at, when they brought Andrew McCubbin or Jalen Catalon, two of my really good friends. So for me, it was like, how can I just be the best Michael Taaffe? And a lot of it was mental, like I said, a little bit physical. And but when you have a lot of time on your hands, you get to thinking. And so I try to take advantage of that time.
Speaking of the Longhorns, you have this unique situation now where, a couple of your teammates were drafted this year. Quinn was drafted there last year. What has it been like in just the early adjustment period to joining that organization?
Oh, it's been awesome. Quinn's been super cool. He's reached out. We're best friends, so I think he just wanted to do that regardless, just because we're friends. But he's been super cool, reaching out to me and taking me to the spots that he was shown when he was a rookie, and then just being competitive in practice, and battling it out on the field like we always do back in the day. So it's been cool. Then having DJ and Trey there has been awesome. Just familiar faces makes the transition a little bit easier. But I think it's just a transition like anybody goes through in life. Transitions are hard because you're used to the norm, and it's uncomfortable being uncomfortable sometimes. So they've really helped that.
It's a good transition to talk about transition. So as someone that grew up in Austin, went to UT, and then left after college for the first time to start his working career, and I'm not saying my path is anywhere near as exciting as the NFL, but are you excited for that change of scenery?
So excited. I don't think if it wasn't for football, if it wasn't for the NFL, I don't think I could ever leave Austin, Texas. I think, everybody's figuring out the last 10 years that Austin, Texas is really cool. So, I figured it out right when I was born, and my parents thankfully kept us here, and it's so awesome here. So, if it wasn't for football, I probably never would have left. And so I'm really excited for this change, to see the world, to go to different places, to go to San Fran week 2, to go to Vegas week 1. Obviously, we're playing in New York and playing in Buffalo, and playing in New England. So there's a bunch of spots that I'll get to go to, and then also live in Fort Lauderdale, live in a vacation home. So it's pretty cool. You get to play the game that you've been playing since 7 years old, getting paid pretty well, and then also living on the beach. So I don't have it pretty bad right now.
It's not bad. Man, it's been awesome to follow your journey up to this point, and I know there's a lot more ahead. We appreciate the time. Let's go ahead and send it back to the studio.
You're welcome.